The civic people, a story having told the tale of a varying group of people under apartheid. Much of the records were not available in one suitcase.
Warning. Press pause to reread. Please note and observe the viewer restrictions, if any, on the disc label of the DVD. The views and information expressed do not necessarily reflect those of the producer, participants, or any other party or persons involved, dead or alive. Viewing by the viewer is furthermore subject to agreement that the viewer or any such person involved forfeits any claim of any nature whatsoever against the producer or any other person. Continued viewing beyond this point is deemed to constitute consent to this aforesaid agreement. You may also not act as a witness or decedent. Therefore, please stop viewing at this point if you do not consent. You can see the date more or less in the middle, the 13th of December 2006. You can see the archivist stamp at the bottom right hand corner. This is of course the Town Council recording, and as you can see it was dated the 14th of June 1950. And here you can see that it was accepted. Punt nommer 6. Verslag van die sekretaris. Die volgende aangeleenthede uit die verslag van die sekretaris is behandel. Punt nommer 1. Silver Oaks Township, opmaak in strate. Punt nommer 2. Aansoek om vleiskwota. Punt nommer 3. Aansoek om erkenning van pasgestigte belastingbetalers en burgerlike vereniging. Op voorstel van lid Koos Bosman, beaam deur lid Jannie Bosman, is besluit dat die vereniging van kleurling belastingbetalers, bekend onder die naam van die Kuils Rivierse belastingbetalers en burgerlike vereniging, soos gestig op die 30ste Maart 1950, met die uitgesproke doel om te dien as die liggaam wat al die kleurlinge wat woon binne die dorps bestuursgebied te verteenwoordig, amptelik erken word met dien verstande dat enige toekomstige wysiging van die vereniging se konstitusie, soos met die aansoek om erkenning verstrek, vooraf vir insaag en kommentaar aan die bestuur voorgelê moet word. Aldus dan bladsy 112 van die notulen. The identities of the deponent and the Commissioner of Oaths are coming up later.
Excuse me. You know, before we served on the two divisional council, Cape Town from the river bridge. That's where it's Cape Town. And from
And,
the
yes.
that's where you sell
That's right, that's right.
And later it became one municipality and one municipality.
That's right.
Then one divisional council also.
Yes.
But I won't be able to tell you any length of time.
No, I don't think it's really necessary for that, because we do understand as time goes by, we also we cannot always recall the past and the original dates. But I think the best thing is just to confirm.
We applied for recognition in a time when Jack Conradi was the secretary.
I see, yes. Jacques Conrad.
Jack Conradi. He was the secretary of the municipality at that time. He was
Yes.
a town clerk.
That's right. So that must have been in the 50s somewhere.
I wouldn't be able
Yes.
to tell you.
It could have been, well, they will have a record of that, who served during that particular point in time, period of time.
They should have a record when they gave us recognition at least.
Yes, that is something I can't understand, why they say they don't have those records.
Unless they have a rule like we used to have in the civil service, after a certain number of years they destroy the records.
That's so correct. Sorry for that. Oh, there, I cut it off. Hello? Hello? I'm so sorry, I cut off, I closed down the phone.
So, if you tell them that it was in that time, they may be able to tell you what the records in the story or something.
Yes. Now I have a problem as well where I work. When the Department of Social Services, they require your previous employers to complete your, what they call the VRT 147, it's a work form. They need to complete that. And when you go after 10 years, they don't have any more records because they destroy the records after 10 years.
There was a rule that financial records you keep for 3 years or 6 years, and other records you keep for 3 years, something like that.
That's right. It's just amazing. Vrederechter, dat is hier heel goed. Dat wil je dat deze het kan. Dus,
Wat een verklaring is dat, hè?
die is net die bevestiging wat hij gezegd dat die secretaris, die secretaris, ik zeg amper secretaris, die ja, die secretaris was, voor die recorddoeleindes.
Let me see what that photograph looks like. Did you take one of them?
83. 5043.
Oh, that looks fine. I'm thinking you did that thing
eight,
behind
eight.
his head, but anyway.
Ziekenhuis heb je records toegevoegd.
Ja, die.
230119504388.
Oh, that's right, you said 011. The 23rd of the, no, let me just get the, because I need your correct name as well, please, if you don't mind. Because if it's 01, then you were born in 1901.
No.
Yeah, that is why I say when you said
230119, I'm born in 23.
Yeah, no, but you said 01 first. That is why I wrote 01, and I thought, no, but you can't be 105 years old.
Possible.
It's amazing, eh? Because it can be. All right, sir, thank you so much. We'll just write this down. Because I need the full names, you see.
What are you trying to establish another organization?
No, it's not really. We are still going strong. It's only that the period, the formation of the civic, the documentation
Got lost.
has disappeared. Now, one wouldn't like to sit with an organization where you cannot produce anything of the people who started the thing. You see, so now we got something. Because this thing we will now paste, this affidavit we will put in our present minute book, and it will stay there. Instead of one merely saying, there was a Mr. Luttig, there was a Mr. Foster, there was this and that.
Oh, I mean, you, as I understand it, you want to avoid years.
That is correct.
Yeah.
Okay, so let us just get the, what is the address here, sir?
Sonnendal Road. Sonnendal.
Sonnendal.
Sonnendal. 33.
And number 33. And it is
Marinda Park.
Marinda Park. Okay, so 7580. And I state under oath in English. I recall that I served as secretary. Is that correct? Of the
Seigo's Kuils River.
Kuils River ratepayers.
And Civic Association.
And the two joined to become one, I think, eh?
That's right. One year established 1 year in as I said, on the one in the Divisional Council, one in the Cape Divisional Council, one in Stellenbosch Divisional Council. So they in Sensie, I would say, they established 1, 2, and then when they amalgamated, we also amalgamated.
Can you recall more or less, they originally started in the 50s?
I'm trying to think now.
Yes.
Yeah, it could have been in the 50s. I wouldn't be able to say whether it was late 50 or what.
Yes. This, now, was it the same year the Kuils River Civic was established, as well as the other section, ratepayers section for Division Council?
The Kuils River Ratepayers Association was the first organization. When the others started, I don't know. But I know that they amalgamated later.
That amalgamation took place in 1950. Because they kept a meeting there in the Anglican Church Hall. It was the first meeting there, and I think another Mr Luttig Senior was probably AJ. Yeah.
He was the chairman.
Yes.
You say during the 50s, the Kuils River.
That was in 1950, March the 30th.
Kuils River Civic was formed.
Yes, there were two organizations. The one was based in Sarepta, and the one was on the other side, Kuils River Ratepayers.
Okay.
Those two decided to form one, and that thing has existed continuously until today.
Okay.
And Mr Luttig was the first secretary of that newly formed organization, and he in fact pasted the original registration documentation in the first minute book.
the town clerk here now?
They don't have a town clerk anymore now. They have a manager of the sub-council, and that is Mr. Grobler.
I could mention here that these records seemingly no longer exist. I personally wish to record it in here.
So it cannot be found. We would like to find it because it is actually, it belongs to the community and it is public stuff, and we frown on the person that is hiding it.
Let me just read what I've written here, sir. I recall that I served as Secretary of the River Civic and Ratepayers Association. The River Ratepayers Association was first formed and during the 50s on March 30th, 1950. I should not have said that, but in any case, let me just continue first. I was the first secretary and pasted all records of meetings held in the original book.
Pasted what?
Sorry?
Pasted what did you say?
I was the first secretary and pasted all records, you know, as you have the meetings, a copy of them.
No, that is not. It's not the records, it was a letters of recognition from the city council.
Okay.
And because if you say that, I got to mean all the minutes must be there.
Is that, isn't all the minutes written in there?
No.
Written. They were not pasted. The minutes was written in there.
Okay, oh yes, of course. That was the first secretary and pasted
But
all.
the original registration certificate
Records
sort of.
meetings, records of recognition.
That's right.
Records of, okay, let me just put it down.
Official recognition.
Yeah. Okay. In the original book, I was the first secretary and pasted all records of official recognition in the original book. Right. Presently, the records cannot be found. Okay. Is that basically all we need?
To get a recognition from the various council. Well, they took the notice of it.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
So we applied for recognition. Okay. We just came back from Kling.
I believe so, yes. We were here last night. And I then said to him, I was thinking, I wonder whether you didn't probably go and visit some of your children or family members or whatever.
No, we left on Thursday.
That's
We
lovely.
stayed there Thursday until this morning.
Okay. It's nice.
Quite nice and quiet out there.
Yes, it's lovely, very peaceful. What I was going to say, I served as secretary of the Ratepayers and Civic Association since its inception, because you were the first one. And dates we can't recall at this present point in time, but it's before the 50s.
Before the what?
Before the 50s, 1950s.
Oh, I don't know. It's difficult to say.
Yes, I realize that.
It's difficult to say.
But this is first. I just need some clarity here. The Kuils River Ratepayers Association was first formed. Is that correct?
Yes.
And then this Ratepayers Association was formed afterwards.
As far as I can recall, it's
Because as I can understand and gather, the divisional council probably had that particular area, so it was the actual official municipality and the divisional council. This is basically why that was formed in
no, Stellenbosch. You see, if Kuils first had a police management,
Dorpsbestuur, yeah.
but they fell under two
Stellenbosch.
divisional councils,
That's right.
Stellenbosch and Cape Town.
And Cape Town.
But then, I don't know how they fell away, but then the Kuils became a municipality
That's right.
and included Sarepta. And then we formed this one
Okay.
organization.
So then the two bodies, like the Kuils River and the Sarepta, was then formed as one unit.
Yeah.
Under the auspices of, under the name of Civic? Was it then called the Civic?
I can't remember. It was also something on the Ratepayers Association. I can't remember.
But the main name was then Kuils River.
Yes.
It was a Kuils River, I think, Ratepayers and Civic Association.
Okay. The new name, okay. They amalgamated, I would say.
And that amalgamation meeting took place on the 30th of March, 1950,
Okay.
in the Anglican Church Hall. Next, they were tricked where the garage is now, next to the police station.
And you say we shouldn't mention that it formed the Civic Association. The two bodies amalgamated in the Anglican Church Hall on March 30th, 1950, and were they then called the Kuils River.
Yes, became the Kuils River, and the amalgamated organization carried that name Kuils River for a number of years,
Okay.
until I think in mid-70s it was changed briefly back to Sarepta again,
Okay.
and then it came back to Kuils River.
Yeah, but I think we are not going to mention all that. We'll just mention here that the two bodies amalgamated in the Anglican Church Hall on March 30th, 1950.
And the name became Kuils River,
Okay.
but it was ratepayers based.
The name became Kuils River Ratepayers Association.
I have the full name at home.
Okay. Yeah, but I need to put it in here.
Yeah, but it was definitely not just a civic, it was a ratepayers
And civic.
and civic, yes.
And the name then became Kuils River.
If I'm not mistaken, the people kept the meetings then afterwards in the old school where the wee shop is today.
That's right.
And that became a clinic late afterwards as well, I believe.
Clinic.
Now the clinic is next to that building.
Or was it next to it?
Yeah, the clinic where the green building is today, but where you are doing your work,
Yes.
that is where they kept the meetings.
Yes, that was, there used to be a school, the first school to have.
Yeah, I went to school.
Is it? Just
The
later.
only school.
Yeah. Yes.
I went to school. In my time, we built that other school on the left-hand side.
That's right, Sarepta. Okay, now here I was the first secretary, I said.
You see, it's difficult for me because I was involved in. I was secretary of the church,
That's
secretary of this, and I was secretary of a trade union.
Yes. Yeah, it takes a
I
lot
get
to
mixed
remember
up, and
all
I
this.
can't.
That's right.
I tell you one thing, and then it can't be.
No, a person can understand. You can understand. As we mature in life, you cannot.
I was
Pinpoint
told when I'm
all
83.
That's right. That's right. Yes, I'm a whole 9 years younger than you. I just turned
Yeah, you've
74
got
in
no
September. Ek was om nat agter my ore.
And that uncle of mine that he mentioned, he died down 2-3 years ago, and he was over 100 years
Now
old.
just look at that thing. Yes. Okay, there's just one thing I wanted to state here, and I became Kuils River Civic Association. I'm just going to recap again what I wrote here. I served as Secretary of the Ratepayers and Civic Association since its inception. The Kuils River Ratepayers Association was first formed. Thereafter, the Sarepta Ratepayers Association was formed. The two bodies amalgamated in the Anglican Church Hall on March 30th, 1950, and the name became Kuils River Ratepayers and Civic Association. I pasted all records of the official recognition in this book.
Official recognition with the town council.
Okay.
Municipality.
Yeah, that line is important. And then Mr. Van Sensie, I've only got about 7 more minutes.
Okay.
Battery life here.
Mm. I pasted all records of the official recognition from the local municipality of the Kuils River. in a book?
In the minute book.
Right, that is it. I'm just going to read it once more so you have a full record. I served as Secretary of the Ratepayers and Civic Association since its inception. The Kuils River Ratepayers Association was first formed. Thereafter, the Sarepta Ratepayers Association was formed. The two bodies amalgamated in the Anglican Church Hall on March 30th, 1950, and the name became Kuils River Ratepayers and Civic Association. I pasted all records of the official recognition from the Kuils River municipality in a minute book of the association during that time. Okay? I think that is basically all we need. We don't have to have no objection taken to areas. Consider this is running to
I really thought you wanted to see me to come and ask me to join you in a community marathon.
No, even better. I wanted to join you walking from here to Pietermaritzburg.
That's not long enough.
It's not long enough. You know, I was going to walk across America in 1994. But believe it or not, I could not even find a sponsor for that. And here, Ian Botham, I think you remember, he was a cricketer, soccer player.
Sir?
Ian Botham, that time, I'm talking about now.
Ian Botham was a cricketer.
Yes. Was he a cricketer?
Ian Botham, yes, for England.
Yes. And he actually had a fundraising effort. He did that walk, I think it was in Napoleon or whatever it was, in France.
My hand is not so steady anymore.
Yes, no, but a person can understand that, you know, as we mature, obviously, things become slightly slower too.
You know, and I'm on pension for 23 years now. When I went on pension, I said, I'm not going to work. I'm not going to do anything. I'm just going to sit. And I don't, my wife down there, I'm lazy, but I don't want to work. Why should I?
Yes, no, you had your wonderful days.
Mr. Luttig, if you want to say anything about your civic days, you can say it now.
I can't remember.
How were the people in those years? Was it difficult to keep them together?
I don't know. I think they were reasonably well supported. The organization was reasonably well supported. That's about all I can think.
As far as my knowledge is concerned, what I can gather is the people who drafted his tribute. They apparently got some of that information out of that book as well, so they must be sitting with a book.
Oh, that is
a livelihood.
It's a livelihood. Very strong livelihood.
It is very strong livelihood.
You say it was a thick grey book.
Yeah, grey, like that. I think so.
Let me tell you, I wrote his tribute, but I wrote it from civic pamphlets, which I had myself. I didn't have access to that book.
Oh, I see.
That is actually when I became suspicious.